While your feeling tone is uniquely yours, still it is expressed in a certain fashion that is shared by all consciousness focused in physical reality. So, in those terms, you spring from the earth as all other creatures and natural living structures. You are, while physical, a portion of nature, therefore, not apart from it. Trees and rocks possess their own consciousness and also share a gestalt consciousness, even as the living portions of your body. The cells and organs have their own awareness and a gestalt one. So the race of man also has an individual consciousness and a gestalt or mass consciousness, of which you individually are hardly aware. The mass race consciousness, in its terms, possesses a unique identity. You are a portion of that identity, while still being unique, individual, and independent. You are confined only to the extent that you have chosen physical reality, and so placed yourself within its context of experience. While physical, you follow physical laws or assumptions. These form the framework for corporal expression. Within this framework, you have full freedom to create your experience, your personal life in all of its aspects, the living picture of the world. Your personal life and, to some extent, your individual living experience help create the world as it is known in your time. In this book, we will be speaking about your own subjective world and your part in the creation of events both private and shared. It is important before we continue that you realize that consciousness is within all physical phenomena, however. It is vital that you realize your position within nature. Nature is created from within. The personal life you know rises up from within you, yet it is given. Period. Since you are part of being, then in a certain fashion you give yourself the life that is being lived through you. You make your own reality. There is no other rule. Knowing this is the secret of creativity. I have spoken of you, yet this must not be confused with the you that you often think you are, the ego alone. For the ego is only a portion of you. It is the expert part of your personality that deals directly with the contents of your conscious mind and is concerned most directly with the material portions of your experience. The ego is a very specialized portion of your greater identity. It is the portion of you that arises to deal directly with the life that the larger you is living. The ego can feel cut off, lonely, and frightened, however, if the conscious mind lets the ego run away with it. The ego and the conscious mind are not the same thing. The ego is composed of various portions of the personality. It is a combination of characteristics, ever-changing, that act in unitary fashion. The portion of the personality that deals most directly with the world. The conscious mind is an excellent perceiving attribute, a function that belongs to inner awareness, but in this case is turned outward toward the world of events. Through the conscious mind, the soul looks outward. Left alone, it perceives clearly. In certain terms, the ego is the eye through which the conscious mind perceives, or the focus through which it views physical reality. But the conscious mind automatically changes its focus throughout life. The ego, while appearing the same to itself, ever changes. It is only when the conscious mind becomes rigid in its direction, or allows the ego to take on some of its own functions, that difficulties arise. Then the ego allows the conscious mind to work in certain directions and blocks its awareness in others. And so it is from your larger identity that you form the reality that you know. It is up to you to do this with joy and vigor, clearing your conscious mind so that the deeper knowledge of your greater identity can form joyous expressions in the world of the flesh. This marks the end of Chapter 1. Seth Speaks. The nature of personal reality. This was Part 5 and the end of this particular chapter. Now let's talk about it. So, Seth explains that while everyone's personal feelings are unique, they share a common expression within physical reality. Individuals are an integral part of nature, just like trees, rocks, and other living structures. Every entity, including cells, organs, and humanity as a whole, possesses individual consciousness and contributes to a collective or gestalt consciousness. He emphasizes that humans are both unique individuals and part of a larger mass consciousness, often unaware of their role within it. Seth suggests that individuals are not separate from nature, but rather integral parts of it. Being in physical reality means adhering to certain physical laws and assumptions that shape the framework of existence. Despite these constraints, individuals possess the freedom to create their own personal experiences, influencing both their private lives and the collective world. Seth stresses the importance of understanding one's position within nature and acknowledges that consciousness exists within all physical phenomena. He asserts the idea that individuals create their own reality and highlights this as the secret of creativity. While referring to you, Seth clarifies that it's not just the ego, but a broader identity that includes the ego, which deals with conscious mind contents and material experiences. Seth distinguishes between the ego and the conscious mind, stating that the ego is a specialized part of one's larger identity. He warns against letting the ego dominate, as it can cause feelings of isolation and fear. The conscious mind, when not constrained, acts as a perceptive attribute, enabling clear perception of the outer world. However, issues arise when the conscious mind becomes too rigid or allows the ego to assume its functions, blocking awareness. Seth encourages individuals to create their reality joyfully by clearing their conscious minds and allowing the deeper knowledge of their greater identity to express itself in the physical world. If you've enjoyed this chapter, if you've enjoyed this reading, please consider giving it a like, sharing with a friend, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you won't miss another video. And of course, subscribe for more. What did you think about this particular chapter? What did you think about this particular passage? Please leave it in the comments below. And until the next time, my name is Tony Victory, and I am a wolf uncaged. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Happy New Year. Thank you.